Ciao, Joe from Cyclist magazine here today, and we are joining you on the shores, well, not the shores of Lake Como. The reason that we're shooting this video today is because we're going to be climbing up one of the most iconic climbs in cycling, the Madonna del Ghisallo, used annually in the Il Lombardia Monument race. And at the top there's a very special chapel dedicated to cyclists, of which we'll tell you more about later. Anyway, about the climb, 8.5k, 5.6%, so not too tough, but let's get going and see how it is. The Madonna del Ghisallo is the jewel in the crown of the Il Lombardia race and is featured in all but one edition. However, with the climb coming at around 50 kilometers from the finish, seldom does it witness race-winning moves. This doesn't make it any easier of a climb though. The Ghisallo is best seen as an ascent of three parts, part 1 being long and steep, part 2 downhill, and part 3 short and steep. The first 4 kilometers of the Ghisallo are the toughest however, and after immediately leaving the town of Bellagio you will be greeted with double-digit gradients peaking at 14%, with the gradient staying above 7% until the town of Chivenna. Once you've dealt with the first 4.5 kilometers, you'll be treated to a well-earned break as the road begins to level out before descending through the town of Chivenna. It's from here where you are treated to the best views of Lake Como, so be sure to look up and take it all in. So 6k into the Madonna del Ghisallo, you hit the little town of Chivenna, and while here we thought it would be a good time to talk you through the tech and the equipment I'm using today. In particular, the bike, 2021 Bianchi Specialissima, the brand new Specialissima from the Italian brand, being used by the likes of Team Bike Exchange. This is the bike that saw Simon Yates win a Giro d'Italia stage earlier in the year. This particular model is set with Shimano Ultegra Di2, set of carbon fulcrum wheels, a physique saddle and FSA finishing kit. It's very light, very stiff and perfect for climbing this type of hill. Carry your speed through the town of Chivenna into the final 1300 metres of the climb, and as the road pitches back up to the 10% mark. This final stretch will see you navigate no less than 6 coiled switchbacks as the elevation really begins to stack up and you get ever closer to the summit. As you round the final bend, you'll catch your first glimpse of the Madonna del Ghisallo chapel. A higher power will then take over your legs, and before you know it, you'll have made it to the finish. So apart from this climb being in Il Lombardia, the question is, why do so many cyclists visit this particular chapel? Well, there's a legend behind this climb and a reason for why this is so popular. It's said that in the medieval times, a baron by the name of Ghisallo was trekking through the Alps when he was set upon by some bandits. Trying to find refuge, he stumbled upon this point, to which there was a little sanctuary dedicated to the Virgin Mary, and hiding there the bandits left. After that, Ghisallo decided to build the first chapel here in order to sort of dedicate it to all the pilgrims passing through. Now fast forward to the 20th century, and this particular hill was very popular with cyclists, not just in Il Lombardia but with amateurs as well. So popular that this man over there, priest Emiliano Vivano, decided that the Madonna del Ghisallo should become the actual patron saint of cyclists. How did he do that? Well, he wrote an official letter and sent these two men, Gino Bartoli and Fausto Coppi, along to Pope Pius VII in the Vatican. Pope Pius officially signed off the Madonna del Ghisallo as the patron saint of cyclists, and now this has become the pilgrim site for many cyclists across the world. This particular sanctuary has now also been turned into a mini sort of museum for cycling and as a shrine for those cyclists that have lost their lives, unfortunately, while riding their bike. Now, there is some pretty amazing memorabilia and artifacts in that church, but there were so many that in the late 1990s, Fiorenzo Magni, another professional cyclist who won the Giro d'Italia, had to build a purpose-built museum, which is over there, to house all of the other artefacts, including bikes from the likes of Eddy Merckx, Felice Gimondi, as well as many jerseys too. Now, if you enjoyed our little rundown on the Madonna del Ghisallo and would like more content like that with different climbs around Europe, make sure you comment below. If not, give this video a like and also subscribe to our channel so you can see the other content, including our how-tos, our techs, Sam Chalice's Shed Tech, and any other content we put out this summer.